Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be trying a brand that is completely new to me. I had only ever tried one product from the brand before, which was actually a little sample product that I didn't know what brand it was from. It was a complete blind test. And turns out it's from Perricone. So they have a line of makeup called the No Makeup Makeup. And today I'm just going to be going to the track and walking around with my mom, socially distanced, of course, outdoors. So I figured this was the perfect time to try their No Makeup Makeup line. So if you guys would like to see what's in this line, see application, and hear my first thoughts, then just keep watching. Okay, so from this brand, I picked up the No Makeup Instant Blur Primer, which I'm hoping this is going to be like the Mally, like putty primer type of thing. I have two different foundations. We have the No Makeup Foundation Broad Spectrum SPF of 20, No Makeup Foundation Serum Broad Spectrum SPF 20. I have a concealer. I have a liquid blush, bronzer, and highlight, as well as the No Makeup lipstick, also with SPF of 15. And I went ahead and picked up the bronzer brush just because I thought that a brush from them would be perfect for applying their liquid products, so I figured we'd try them. Next up, we have this Instant Blur product. It says it's a primer, alpha lipoic acid, vitamin E, and squalane. It says a multitasking invisible primer and complexion perfector that creates a soft focus effect and satin finish, blurring imperfections and uneven skin tone as it reduces the appearance of pores, wrinkles, redness, and uneven texture. It says pat the makeup applicator onto the balm and smooth over face, focusing on areas with oiliness, visible pores, discoloration, wrinkles, and lines. Can be used under makeup or alone. This is what the compact looks like. Inside you get a little puff with a ribbon, which I appreciate. And it does look very much like the Mally, I forget what it was called, but that Mally gel that's supposed to like get rid of your pores. I feel like there's a bunch of other products similar to that now on the market. All right, so I have some on my sponge. It just says to smooth over pores and uneven skin tones. So let's try. Okay, so I've applied it to just this side. This side is with nothing other than the sunscreen. This one has this blurring product on it. I honestly think my pores look bigger on the side with this blurring product than without. Very strange. So I'm not seeing the effect that they're going for. My pores look smoother here than they do over here. Very odd. Right, moving on to the next product. We have two different foundations. I believe one was luminous and one was not. Okay, so the regular foundation says sheer luminous coverage that visibly reduces dark spots and uneven skin tone over time. And then the Serum foundation says buildable semi-matte coverage that visibly reduces dark spots and uneven skin tone over time. So it looks like we have a sheer luminous one and a buildable semi-matte. I think I will go with the buildable semi-matte, so that is the Serum foundation. Now the only thing I don't like about these is I just purchased them in the last month or so, and they already expire in April. So they don't give you a long window, or else things just sit on their shelf too long, and they only give you 3 months to use the products. Same with the foundation. It expires in 7 months. I don't know. I feel like if you're buying something, it should be good at least for the full year that you're going to use it. So I have the shade Ivory in this one. It says this lightweight skin softening formula visibly improves dark spots and uneven skin tone for visibly smoother, more uniform skin over time. A little bottle with a dropper. I'm going to try applying it with a sponge first. This is very yellow for me. Oh boy. So I applied it with the sponge to the bottom half of my face. I didn't want to do side by side because this side already has the primer and this doesn't. So I wanted to see kind of uniformly how it applied across both sides. And so far so good. I would say that this is like a light to medium coverage. And it is a little bit on the yellow side, but it's doable. So now let's try with a brush. Okay, so I applied the foundation with the brush on the top and it left like streak marks. I'm not sure if you can see here and along my nose. So I definitely think that I prefer using a sponge to apply it so that I don't get those streak marks. This one I think is the Maybelline Face Studio sponge. I'm not sure if it's still available, but it's one of my favorites from the drugstore. Now it says it's buildable, so let's see if we can get a little bit more coverage in some of the sparser areas. Okay, so this is about 2 layers applied with a sponge all over the face. I don't notice less pores on this side than this side. It says this is supposed to be semi-matte, but it kind of looks pretty dewy to me right now, so perhaps it will set down as time goes on. Next up, we have their No Makeup Concealer with a broad spectrum of SPF 20. It says Persian Silk Tree Extract Soy and Rice Peptides, and I got the shade Fair, just because I like my under eyes to be a little bit brighter than the rest of my face. Looks like this. Okay, like a flat doe foot paddle wand. That has pretty decent coverage for a no makeup concealer. I would say it's probably like light to medium coverage. I'm just going to double up a little bit on the areas that I have the darkest blue. I'm going to give it a minute to dry because you can get better coverage if you let your concealer dry a little bit. It's still very natural and radiant looking. I would not call this semi-matte. I would call this like satin to dewy foundation. Same with the concealer. It has a bit of a glow to it. Moving on next to the products I'm the most excited about, which are the highlights, blush, and bronzer. These are glass bottles with droppers, just so you're aware of that. Now this says, creates a subtle sun-kissed glow as it visibly evens and brightens skin tone over time, SPF of 15. So it seems like all of these have SPF in them, which is nice. It says vitamin C, ester, Chinese ginger plant extract. It says it's weightless, sheer, blendable. All right, let's try it. It's definitely sheer. Definitely looks sun-kissed from here. And I don't think there's any shimmer in it. I think it's just like a nice natural looking glow. It might be a little on the orange side, but definitely very dewy. Are my lights washing me out today? I changed my light settings. I'm not sure I like it. I guess I'll stick with this one for now. So this is one side done bronze. This is without. So I'm going to keep going and see what I think. I also want to try it with a sponge and see if that makes a difference. I'm going to put some on my sponge and see what that does on the other side. I definitely like applying it with a sponge a lot better. It blends in better. It's just more seamless. Like over here, I definitely had like streaks of product with the brush, but I feel like applying it with a damp sponge really just makes it very seamless. And I do think this looks very healthy and natural. My blush did not come with a dropper, so perhaps this one doesn't come with a dropper. This one says it tints cheeks with a natural looking flush of color as it visibly evens and brightens skin tone over time. So that must be the claim on all of their no makeup products. Vitamin C ester, Chinese ginger plant extract. And I believe there was only one shade. Oh, you don't need a dropper. This one has a little doe foot. So I'm going to try just dotting on my cheek on this side, and then I'll try putting it on the sponge on this side. And I don't know how potent this is. Okay, it's pretty potent. Oh boy. That's nice. It blended out, looks very natural. Now I haven't set anything with powder yet, so we'll see what happens once I do that. Now I'm just gonna dab some onto my sponge and try the other side. Okay, so that applied a bit more intensely with dotting it onto the sponge than onto the face itself. But what I do like about this is that it can be blended away and toned down a bit. Okay, so we've got applied to the face, applied to the sponge directly. They both still look nice. It still looks very natural with the exception of my eyelid creases, because obviously I haven't set my eyelids yet. Next we have highlight. Not that I really even think I need it. Everything is pretty radiant and glowy. Looks like this. Says add subtle luminosity as it visibly evens and brightens skin over time. Vitamin C ester, Chinese ginger plant extract. This one doesn't have a dropper either, so I'm hoping it has like a little doe foot inside. It does. Let me see what this one looks like. It looks like it has some luminosity in the bottle. And yes, it just has like a hint of like a sheen. It's like a satin sheen. So not sparkly, not glittery, just slightly reflective and dewy. Normally I would use a brush like this for like a cream highlight. That's pretty. It just adds like a very, very subtle glow to the tops of the cheekbones. I wonder what it would do with a sponge. Okay. Okay, so it's very, very soft. I honestly think all of these products could be applied with one sponge like this one. I used this side for foundation, I used this for concealer, then I used it for bronzer, then I used it for blush, and then finally for highlight. Like none of them are so pigmented that they're going to stay on the sponge and come off later. So I kind of like that. I can do it all in one. Now the question is, how will it look once it's set? Or do you not set it? Like my cheeks still feel a little bit wet, that I feel like the product will come off if I don't set it. But let's try the last product first before I go ahead and potentially ruin it. And it is one of their lipsticks. This is in the original pink. And it's a no makeup lipstick with SPF of 15, neuropeptides, hyaluronic acid, ooh, and a mineral-based sunscreen. That's cute. Can you guys see the imprint on the lipstick bullet? It's a flat bullet with their logo on it. This smells like a MAC lipstick. Okay, it's like a glossy, I would say it's like a peachy pink. It's not a straight up pink, which I like because I'm not a big fan of pink lipsticks. It also has a screw shut lid, which is nice, so these aren't going to be popping off in your purse, your bag, your laptop bag, wherever they may be. So this is what the makeup looks like before it's set. We have the serum foundation, the concealer, we have the liquid blush, liquid bronzer, liquid highlight, lipstick, and of course the no makeup instant blur underneath. I don't notice any difference from this side to this side. This side had the instant blur, this did not. So I'm gonna say that that product didn't do anything. Perhaps for people that wear it without makeup, I don't know. It says can be used under makeup or alone. Under makeup, doesn't make a difference. Alone, I didn't see a difference. So I would say pass on that one. I surprisingly really like this foundation. The color's a little bit off, but I have a feeling once I powder it will be fine. It won't be noticeable. So far I'm liking this. The concealer is fine, but it's not doing much to counteract my under eye bags, and I guarantee my husband's gonna say you look tired when he gets home. I've heard that my entire life just because of the blue bags under my eyes. So if a concealer doesn't do an excellent job, they're very noticeable. So I'd say pass on the concealer unless you have pretty flawless skin, no discoloration, no blueness, and just want something light. I really like these three products together. Of the three, I think that I like the blush and the highlight the most. The bronzer, while it's nice, I'm not sure it's the right tone for me. Yes, it does look a bit sun-kissed and fresh, but it's a little bit on the warm side. So I don't know, but these two I think are beautiful, and I'm curious to see how they apply over other products and on top of powder, because I usually do my highlight at the very end of makeup application. And this lipstick feels very nice. I like that it has SPF. I like that it's a nice tint of color. And the bronzer brush, I would say pass on this. I like the way it applies with a sponge better. So I don't feel that this is necessary to purchase. So we definitely had some wins today. And we had some that I probably wouldn't spend the money on because these aren't cheap products. They're $60 for a foundation, $30 for a bronzer, $30 for a brush. So they're a bit on the pricey side, but I hope you guys enjoyed seeing me try out the brand Perricone MD for the first time, seeing my first impressions. Let me know if there are any products from Perricone MD that you love down below so I can check them out. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys. I'm just gonna powder real quick with one of my favorite powders. This is the Covergirl Clean Fresh powder. Okay, so this is the side powdered. It's definitely smoother, but it definitely does diminish the color that was on before. So if you're going to powder, I'd say go a little heavier handed with the cream color products. But it still looks very natural, so powder, no powder. I think with powder it definitely looks a bit younger. This is showing all of the creases. Okay, now that we have powdered, I want to see if the blush and highlight work well on top of powder, so we'll try that real quickly. Does work on top of powder. It didn't disturb anything. Now let's try the highlight real quick. It works, guys. Beautiful. So these products do work well on top of powder. They work well as a base. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys.